even though he's not ready to just throw his feelings away.
Mala girl, you in trouble.
Why you say that? Why you say that?
Because it's not going to end well. Nothing good can come of this.
All right. So an advice seeker writes into Extra Magazine's Ask High, advice for the apocalypse about falling in love with his college friend of 4 years, who at the moment is in a long distance relationship with another man. They are just about to graduate and they plan on living in the same city. And he says how his friend and the long distance lover are always complaining about not having enough time together. Maybe things are on the rocks. He writes whether or not should he either move on, even though he's not ready to just throw his feelings away, or should he wait for the relationship to dissipate, or should he tell him? I thought about this and I'm like, let me bring this to the panel and see what these fools think.
Well, first of all, 4 years ain't slow. It's a snail's pace, okay? I mean, get together, do something. 4 years, you've been long, and oh my goodness, really? Um, so he's in the same city with this guy who's in a relationship long distance with this other guy, and he doesn't want to say
Mhm.
anything while he's in this relationship, but he doesn't want to give it. He just doesn't want to give it up. Mala girl, you in trouble. That's the first thing that came to my mind. It's like, okay, you got to figure this out.
Why you say that? Why you say that?
Because it's not going to end well. Nothing good can come of this. If he's in a relationship, he's in a relationship. Don't
Right.
mess it up. Okay, because then it's going to come back that they're going to have issues, and then you're going to have issues, and you will lose everything. So you might want to sit down and just have some coffee and say, I have a friend who's going through something right now. So what would you do? Kind of like put it on him to see what he would do if it was him and his friend in the same situation. Then he knows he needs to either get the hell out or do what he's got to do. But rather than say it's because everybody says, "Oh, well, I have a friend in this position." Well, yeah, you do. It's you, but he doesn't have to know that. So I say, work it out, bring it up, find a way to bring it up. It's been 4 years, and you're about to graduate. He's about to graduate and live in the same city. Y'all need to work it out. Just saying.
Wait. Did you understand? Like, he's in love with his friend. That his
Yeah.
friend's in love. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So he needs to sit down with his friend and say, I have a friend in this situation. What would you do? And then take it from there to see what he would say.
Indirect.
And then if he says, hypothetically, if this was you, what would you do? Okay, well, guess what? It's me. Now, what should I do? They either get married or they either get married or they kill each other. I mean, who's going to go one way or the other, okay?
This is like an awkwardly tough thing because I can't say that I've never been in this position, right? So I'm going to be honest and say that does not ever pan out for you. Like, if you're not honest up front and you don't tell the person up front how you feel, then it is always going to end in a shamble. It's always going to end in wreckage, right? It's going to make a trust issue out of your friendship because the person's not going to know if you've been their friend the whole time because you like them or if you've been their friend because you actually vibe and you actually have a connection, like on a friendship level. I've always put it out
Especially if they showered together.
It's like, a girl and a guy, and the guy doesn't explain that, it's like, this is like the same thing. Like if no matter how you swing it, right? But the ideal that I've always had, or the motto I've always had in my head is it's better to have you as a friend than have you as a lover and lose you forever. A friend is forever. You're going to have friends. Your friendships last a lot longer than your relationship. So for me, whenever I've been in a situation where I might have feelings or I have a crush or I might think that somebody is attractive, I always keep it to a point where, like, if the opportunity arises where my moment to be like, hey, I like you, like, that conversation I think comes across with every friend. Like, you're like, oh, I think you're attractive, or oh, I would sleep with you, or oh, I would do this. Like, you kind of have those little conversations here and there. But I never take them seriously. Like, I think everyone's beautiful, but I don't want to sleep with everyone, right? So when it comes to your friends, like, if I have strong feelings for a friend, when I first started my friendships out, especially in the gay world, it was like very confusing because you're not used to having somebody care for you like that. You're not used to having that kind of close relationship with somebody who is of the attracted sex. So when that's introduced to you, it's hard to compartmentalize those feelings at times. It's hard to be like, oh, I just really have a strong friendship with you, or I have a family like bond, or I have like this kind of bond. It's like you don't put it like that because you're like, damn, you're cute, you're smart, you're funny, you're everything I'm looking for in a person, but you're with somebody else. So it's not something you want to do. You never want to do it. I always say to myself, like, if we're meant to be, we're meant to be. Let's be friends. Like, if we're going to be friends for 10 years down the road, maybe 10 years we'll be ready for it. But right now, I'd rather have you as a friend. And every time I've ever done that, like within a little bit of time, I start looking at that person. I'm like, damn, I'm so glad I didn't like blow this friendship. I'm so glad that I didn't take this out of proportion because my heart got a little pitter patter. Like, it's sometimes when you don't know your
glad I dodged the bullet.
Very that.
I'm so glad I dodged the bullet.
So, like, I mean, it depends on what it's worth to you. What are you willing to risk? 4 years of friendship and trust and all that stuff. You're gonna live in the same city, but you're not gonna live together. You're gonna find other people. I think it's better to just kind of let that
and they're
one
in
go.
college.
You missed your shot, in my opinion.
Yeah, and they're in college. They're very young, you know. Like, I can understand, like, you know, you developing feelings for someone. I mean, but after 4, that's a long time. That's a really long time to, like, be friends with someone, and then now all of a sudden you have feelings. I can get it, and it happens to people. And but, you know, he should just shoot his shot. You know what I mean?
According to Netflix movies say that's the answer.
Shoot his shot.
Shoot your shot before you can't shoot it no more.
Okay.
Like, you gotta shoot the shot. So
remember movie we watched? What was that movie we watched, Edge? Wait, I think we all saw it, Single All the Way. And it was kind of like the same situation. Yeah, the best friend and the family was like, oh, we think you should get with the best friend. They're like, they never saw that until they had a moment. You know, I think that he either should shoot his shot or since they're young, right? They're in college. Fuck that. You should wait, nigga, because if they already complaining about, you know, being in all this relationship, just let these niggas talk, you know, let that end. Let it end.
A lot of times we stay in relationships. Me and you both have said on this show before how we stay in relationships because we think that's where you fight through what you want. You stick with what you got. Like you want to have that happy ending in something. So you kind of ignore your peripherals are gone, right? You only see tunnel vision.
Yeah. Wait, I don't think he should like. I think he should like, you know, if he should either shoot a shot. No, fuck that. Here's what I think.
Fuck that. Close mouth, don't get fed. Speak up. Speak up. Say it.
Don't say anything. Say it. I think he should just shoot a shot and see what happens. Because if you don't,
just tell him.
Then, because if you wait, okay, yeah, you're right. If you wait, then it's gonna be like, you know, you're gonna be logging. You're not gonna live your life. If you're gonna wait for this guy, I don't think you should wait at all. I think you should go move on and live your life. Because he said he's not ready to like throw his feelings away. Go live your life because maybe some down the road it may happen. And like Angelique said, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You know,
nothing good happens after 2 a.m. Damn it, nothing good after 2 a.m. It doesn't exist.
I should just say, you know, say the shit. Just bring the shit up and say it, because honestly, you never know that he may be feeling the same way about you. No one's a fucking mind reader. Last I checked,
exactly.
You know,
closed mouths don't
no one's a mind reader. No one knows how you actually feel until you actually say it. Like, I've been in situations like this where, you know, you have a friend and they're like, you know, oh, they want to get, you know, with you. And you think about that, but when it actually happens, you're like, holy shit, you know? So, I mean, I think he should absolutely tell his friend, because one thing in a relationship, a long-lasting relationship, you should be a friend. You should have passion, but you ultimately should be friends, because you should be able to laugh with each other. You should be able to, like, because you're going to be living life, because not all of the relationship is like this whole cookie cutter image, you know, what we see on Facebook, like, oh, look at us in Barcelona. No, between that shit, there were some arguments, you know, like, God damn it, like, I'm tired of you putting your toothbrush in the shower, some shit like that. You know, I was arguing with my ex-boyfriend all the time. We're going to move in together, and thank God we didn't, because the nigga was crazy.
Pew, pew. Dodge the bullet.
He was crazy. Yeah, right. I think, because there goes. But, you know, in their case, they're young. If they were my age, you know, it's the same advice. Shoot your shot. Niggas, say some shit now, because you don't get any younger. You could lose your chance, because you never know. They could work this long relationship out, and the next thing you know, they move in together, they get married, and it's like my best friend's wedding. You know, do you want that?
That is not how that movie ended. That is not how that movie ended. That is not how that movie ended.
Wait, did she end up with the man? No,
she ends up alone.
Yeah,
she ends up.
Oh.
She does not end up with him. They don't know. She shoots a shot, and she almost ruins a whole wedding for nothing. That is not a good example.
Oh, I didn't see that movie.
I say do the hypothetical. Y'all go to dinner, do the hypothetical, and see what happens, okay?
And see what happens. You know, he may be feeling the same way. He may not be, you know.
It could end up like Something Borrowed. Something Borrowed is a great example. That's a movie where she goes for her best friend steals her boyfriend, and she ends up telling him how she feels, and they end up seeing where things go, and they end up together. That's another one. Something Borrowed is a better example.
Something Borrowed. She took the best friend. That sounds like something horror.
Or like Lizzie McGuire. Lizzie McGuire.
Her best friend stole her man. Like it was originally when they was in college. It was some messed up stuff. You gotta watch that. Yeah. Kate Hudson. It's really good.
All right, we're out of time, guys. Thank you guys for joining us for this episode, and we'll see you guys next week with more hot topics and a new Pride guest.